What's up, buddy? It's What Jim, and this is quite late at night. I don't think I've done a video any later than this before, but it is a Tuesday, so it is a video day, and I went to York today. That's why I didn't really have any time until tonight to really do this video. But I was thinking, should I do the York video tonight? But I was thinking that Tuesdays is normally when I do the movie reviews, and I might have more thoughts to think of for when we went to York, and I want to do that video on Thursday. So on Thursday is going to be the video of me talking about what I did in York. So in this video, it will be for the movie review of Space Jam: A New Legacy, and I watched that. I watched this quite a few weeks ago, but I still think of it now, and I don't think my opinion on the film has changed. But we'll get started with the good. So we'll start off with the characters for the good, and I actually really enjoy the characters a lot more than I was expecting. Mainly with LeBron James playing himself, I actually thought he did quite a good job with what he got for him. I wasn't expect. I thought it was going to be a bit boring in the film, not really showing much expression, but he actually looked like he was having a fun time in the film, which was great to see. The other characters such as Bugs Bunny were great to see as well. I also thought that the villain in the film, played by Don Cheadle, I thought he did an excellent job, and you could tell he really enjoyed playing that character. It was nice to see him playing a villain rather than being a hero in the Marvel films, playing War Machine. I thought the film was quite enjoyable at times as well. There were some times I thought it was a bit slow or just a bit okay and mediocre, but for the most part, I did find it quite an enjoyable film. And it isn't a film that you actually have to see the first Space Jam to understand what's going on. I hadn't seen the first Space Jam from the 1990s, which is the sequel of, and there weren't any scenes that really confused me or anything. It might have made a bit more sense watching the original, but if you don't watch the original and just go straight to this one, you won't really get very confused. But I think you might get a bit more. You might care about the characters a bit more, such as Bugs Bunny if you've seen the first Space Jam film. I also thought that it was great to see all those Warner Brother properties. I can't really say which ones are in it, as this is an unspoiled review, but it was great to see a lot of the references. There is something bad about it, which we'll get to when we talk about the bad for the film. I also thought the story was quite good as well. I didn't think it was anything spectacular or anything, but I still did think it was quite good. And I also thought that the movie was very nice to look at. There was a lot going on. There was a lot of nice different things to look at. It never really got boring looking at the stuff in the film, because there was just a lot going on. Um, it also mentioned about the villain, but I've already mentioned about that, the fact that I thought the villain was quite great. I also thought the film was quite funny as well. It has quite a bit of slapstick, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But if you're going to get that with a Looney Tunes film, and I was expecting it. It's just maybe not as much slapstick as we got. But there was sometimes it did give me a bit of a chuckle, but for the most part, I didn't find them too funny. But it's not too big of an issue though. And now I'll move on to the bad for the film. So to start off with, for the bad, it was amazing to see all those properties. It does feel like there's sort of a cash grab for Warner Brothers though. Some of them didn't really have to be there, but it felt like they were there just for Warner Brothers to get more money with their properties, really. I also thought the story was a bit all over the place. I did see it was quite good, but there were some problems with the story, and I think the story could have been done better, in my opinion. I also thought LeBron James could have been written a little bit better, and maybe could have been a bit more likable. I still thought he was very good in the film, but to make him great, I feel like maybe a bit more likable. He could be written a bit better, but I think for what he did get, he was very good. He just wasn't amazing, in my opinion. Um, I also thought that some of that the Looney Tunes got a bit sidelined a bit in the film. I think in the original they were a lot more main for from what I've gathered, and they were in this film quite a bit, but they weren't the main stars. I felt like LeBron James was the main star in this film. I also thought that some of the references, um, only a few kids would get. They were quite mature. I can't really explain what they are, as like I just said, it's non spoiler review. So for the final thing for the bad, I also thought it was quite predictable as well. But you're gonna get that with kids' films. I feel like pretty much all kids' films nowadays are quite predictable. And that's really all I gotta say for the bad. And now we'll move on to the verdict, which I thought was a safe but okay film for me. There were some parts I did really like. There were some parts I did really love. Well, I felt like the only thing I really loved was the villain, played by Don Cheadle. I thought he was definitely one of the standouts of the film. I would recommend this film for people who like the first Space Jam, for people who like animated films. Like I said, it was okay. It was quite enjoyable. It definitely had its flaws. It's definitely on the more definitely on the more predictable side, as I should say. And I'm going to rate the film a 6.5 out of 10. If I rewatch it, I might give it a 7. But as a standard, is a 6.5 out of 10. And that's all I'm going to say for the good, the bad, and the verdict for this film. So that's it for this movie review of Space Jam: A New Legacy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Sorry if my voice does sound a bit all over the place. I've had a long day, to be honest, and I just want to chill out, watch some YouTube, and go to bed. And then on Thursday will be me talking about what I did when I went to York. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out and ciao.